If you ever looked at a block of code and it just looked like total gibberish? Yeah? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on programming and show you that it's not so scary, especially when we're talking about your first language, Python.
Okay, let's just start right here, because this quote, it really changes everything. You see, programming isn't some big, scary memory test. Not at all. It's actually a creative skill. It's all about teaching a computer how to think, one logical step at a time. And that's the whole game. So right off the bat, we're changing how we think about this. We're not just writing code, okay? We are teaching a computer how to think. But before we even get to that, we've got to talk about the one thing that stops most people dead in their tracks.
Let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt that way? Kinda intimidated? Like coding is some exclusive club for, super geniuses and hoodies? Well, I'm here to tell you that is a complete myth. And today, we are going to bust that myth wide open.
And this is the key. This is the big mental shift we're talking about. Forget about trying to memorize a million random little pieces of code, like a puzzle you've never seen the box for. No, the goal here is to understand how all those pieces fit together. Because once you get the logic, the why behind it all, the code itself, it gets so much easier.
Okay, so if it's all about logic and not memorization, what is programming really? Like, what is it at its core? Let's cut through all the confusing tech speak and get right down to it.
Seriously, this is it. It's just giving instructions to a computer. Think of it like you're writing a recipe for the most literal robot chef in the world. This chef is amazing, but it will do exactly what you write and nothing more. If you forget to preheat the oven, guess what? That oven is staying cold. A computer is just like that. Super powerful, but it can't read your mind. It needs every single step.
And this two-step process right here, this is the whole shebang. It's just like that recipe. You have a big goal, right? Bake a cake. Step 1, you break that down into tiny, simple steps. Get the flour, crack 2 eggs, mix everything together. And then, step 2, you just have to write those super simple steps in a language that our robot chef, the computer, can understand.
So, we need a translator, right? A way to get our ideas from our brain into the computer's brain. The big question is, which one? Well, for us, that amazing translator is going to be Python.
I really love this idea of a bridge because it perfectly explains what's going on. You see, the best programming languages, they don't make you think like a machine. They build a bridge so the machine can understand how you think. And let me tell you, Python is one of the best, strongest bridges out there.
And here we go. This is it, your very first look at Python code. On the left, you've got the human thought. Hey, let's tell the world hello. And on the right, that's the Python code. Just look at it. It almost reads like English. Print just means show this on the screen. And whatever you put in those parentheses and quotes, that's exactly what pops up. It's that simple, really.
And you know what? How easy that was to read? That was not an accident. That's by design. So let's dig into exactly why Python is so famous for being friendly, especially for beginners.
Okay, these 3 things are huge. First, the language is just simple and readable. You're not going to be fighting with a bunch of weird symbols and rules. And because of that, you get to focus on the fun part, the actual problem solving, the logic. And maybe best of all, you see results fast. That little win gives you a confidence boost, which makes you want to keep going. It's this awesome feedback loop that's so important when you're learning.
All right, so we've covered the how it works and why we use Python. Now for the really cool part, the what. What can you actually build with this stuff?
I mean, honestly, the sky's the limit. Think about that super boring task you do at work every day. You could automate it, or you could sift through massive amounts of data to find cool insights. You could build your own apps, or you could even get into things like AI and machine learning. This isn't just a classroom exercise. This is about making real things that do real stuff.
And if you take away only one thing from this, let it be this. You don't have to be a genius to do any of this. Seriously, this isn't some secret knowledge for a special few. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, you can learn it.
Okay, so if it's a learnable skill, what's the path? What do you actually need to do to get started? Let's break down what that road ahead looks like.
First, let's just get rid of some baggage. Look at what you don't need. You don't need a technical background. You don't need to be some math genius, and you for sure don't need any coding experience. Now, look at what you do need. This is the good stuff. Consistency, curiosity, and practice. That's the real magic formula.
So when you boil it all down, the goal is simple. It's not about memorizing a dictionary of commands. It's about learning how to think, how to solve problems, and using Python as your tool to do it. The language is just the tool. The real skill is the problem solving.
So there you have it. We've taken the mystery out of programming. We've met Python, our friendly translator, and we've seen what the path forward looks like. Really, there's only one question left. Ready to write your first line of code?